Let's explore all these resources one by one. The very first resource that we have is newspapers. This particular section is provided to us by a third party vendor called Press Reader. And in this Press Reader, we will give you access to various publications in terms of various newspapers and magazines. We have more than 8,000 newspapers and magazines added onto this Press Reader application. When we are saying more than 8,000 publications, which means we are covering the content from around the globe. So, more newspapers and magazines for more than 80 countries are covered here. And since various countries are covered, so you will be able to see these publications in various other languages as well, other than English. So, in order to filter the data that's been added or the content which has been added onto this Press Reader application, you can scroll down and you can see there are some featured content which is highlighted here in terms of both magazines as well as newspaper. If you will further scroll down, you will see all the publications are added here. As I've said, that publications are newspapers as well as magazines. You can use these filters to browse through the various countries and browse through various languages which are available here as well. All these publications for the ease of customer journey are divided into various categories as well. If you want to see what all is available in business and current affairs, you can simply click on it and the entire publications in terms of relevant newspapers and magazines will be listed under this category. Similar to business and current affairs, there are other categories which are added. You can click on any one of it to explore the variety of content which we have in our resource. Otherwise, you can scroll down and all these categories are also highlighted in terms of various carousels so that it makes it easier for you to browse through the content that we have. In order to use any of the newspaper or any of the magazine, you just need to click on it and then you can either listen to it. So if any of the users have hearing problem and are disabled also, so for them there is an option to listen to it. So they can access these magazines and newspapers and they can listen to it. Or if anyone wants to access the previous issues of the magazines as well as newspapers, you can click on the calendar and then you can browse through various previous dates as well. Otherwise, you can simply click on read now to start reading the magazine. Or if you have opened up the newspaper, then newspaper as well. All these magazines, all the pages of these magazines are added over here. So you can simply scroll towards left to see the complete pages, or towards the end of the page, all the page numbers are also listed. For example, if you want to switch to any of the page number in between without browsing through the entire pages of it, you can simply click on that page number here and it will take you to the page number. Also, I'm sure that you would be wondering that why the text is so small over there and how will we read these articles. So if you're using the web version of it, in order to read these articles, you simply need to double click on it. Once you will double click, the entire text will zoom out, which will make it easier for you to read. And in order to bring this text back to its original size, which means you need to zoom back in, you simply have to double click it again, and then the font size will again reduce and you'll be able to see all the pages. Similar journey is there on the phone as well. On phone, in order to zoom out any of the article or any of the text which is added over there, you simply need to use your fingers and you need to zoom out on your phone and you can zoom back in. The same process, if you have to zoom out anything on your phone, you always use your fingers and you move apart from each other and then the text will be zoom out. So same thing, you can do it. And in phone, the entire page fits to the screen size. So it's easier for everyone to read. But since we are using the web version of it, so in web version, there is, you can scroll towards right, you can scroll towards left. and the screen is bigger than the phone, so that's why more than one pages you can see on one screen. In order to go back to the home page wherein the complete catalog or the complete publications were listed, you simply have to click on catalog again. It will take you to the home page, and then you can start accessing any other publications that you would want to read or you would want to see or explore. Moving on to the next resource that we have, magazines. Magazines is a resource which is provided to us by Overdrive. The collection of magazines which are added over here is completely different from what we have added in PressReader. There might be 2 or 3 magazines which are same and which will be duplicate. Otherwise, most of it are unique magazines. Here also, we have more than 4,000 magazines which are added over here. To scroll through the entire list of magazines we have, there are filter options which are given on the left hand side of the page. Again, the magazines over here are also divided into various subject areas. So we have magazines on tech and gaming, home and garden, food and wine, culture and literature, and many more subject areas are there. If you are interested in reading magazines that fits under into a particular subject area, you can click on it. Otherwise, you can browse through the magazines by scrolling through the page that we have. Since there are more than 4,000 magazines, so all the magazines will not be able to fit in one page. So there are various page numbers which are added at the bottom. So you can simply click on any of the page number or click on this next arrow. It will take you through page wise magazines list. There are further filter options in terms of date added. Similar to PressReader, here also you will be able to access the past issues, the back issues of the magazines. And you can filter it down through audience level as well. You can filter it down through date added as well. You can further filter it down through language as well. So here in Overdrive as well, the magazines that we have added is from around the globe, and we are covering magazines from more than 50 countries over here. Since many countries are involved over here, so the magazines are available in various other languages as well. Majority of the collection is in English, but there are other collections which are added in different languages also. That is also given in the filter options. If you want to scroll or filter through any of the magazines through its language also, you can use this filter option and browse through the complete list. In order to read any particular magazine, you simply have to click on it. You can borrow the magazines. You can borrow this magazine. So this magazine will stay in your account for 21 days, which means from the time of borrowing till 21 days, you do not need to search for this magazine again and again. You can simply go to your account here, and all the borrowed list you will be able to see. So let's borrow this magazine. Then in my account, you will go to loans, and it will show you the complete magazines or the complete collection that you have borrowed and added to your account. So there is a borrowing limit also that we have. So it's added over on the page as well. So you can borrow up to 4 titles. So one title I have already borrowed. So it's saying that now my limit is I can borrow 3 more titles over here. So at a time you can borrow 4 titles or 4 magazines, and you can add it into your account. And once it will stay, it will be there in your account for 21 days. After 21 days, if you still want to read those magazines again, you need to borrow it again. In order to read any magazine, you will go to loans. Since I'm using the laptop or a PC, that's why it's asking me to read now in browser. If you're using the downloaded application on your smartphones, then you'll be able to read it within the app itself. It will not ask you to whether you want to read it in browser or where. It will simply open up in your app and you can read it. Again, on laptops and PCs, the screen size is bigger, so that's why more than one pages are listed here. Otherwise, on phone, it fits to your screen size, and one page will be displayed over here. In phone, for zooming out and zooming back in, it's the same method that we follow in PressReader. And on here also, again, it's the same method that you would need to follow, zooming out and zooming in of the text. All the pages are added over here of this particular magazine. Either you can browse through all the pages by using your arrow keys on your laptop, or you can simply click on this icon. It will show you the complete title list, page list. You can do that and you can read it, and you can select any of the page you would want to. Moving on to the next resource that we have, audiobooks. Audiobooks, fiction, and comics. All these three resources are provided to us by Libby. So the kind of collection that we have added in audiobooks and fiction is around the fiction titles. There are few non-fiction titles as well. Non-fiction titles include biographies, some self-help, and general books for reference. This does not cover any of the academic titles that we have, because for academic content we have different resources, and I'll take you through the customer journey of the same as well. But in audiobooks and fiction, which is majorly our ebooks over here, so the kind of subject areas or the kind of genres which are covered over here is around fiction titles, and the fiction also, the it's suspense, it's horror, it's romance. There are various other genres which are covered in fiction over here, and in non-fiction also it's around self-help, and other subject areas are also covered. You can browse through the entire collection by going to this page, by scrolling down and looking at the entire book list that we have, or you can use this particular filter option, which is just before the audiobooks written over here. So you can either sort by popularity or the release date or date added, or you can use the audience level as well, or you can use various subject areas as well to browse through or to filter through the entire collection of audiobooks that we have added. In order to listen to any of the audiobook, you just need to click on borrow. Once you will click on borrow, it will be added to your account. It's very similar to the magazines from Overdrive. So it will be borrowed in your account, and then you can listen to this particular audiobook. And the borrowing limit that's been added for audiobooks is 14 days. So this book will remain in your account for 14 days. After 14 days, if you have to read the book again, you would need to borrow it again. Similar to magazines, there is a loan limit also over here. So you can borrow up to 3 audiobooks or ebooks. So you can use the loan limit as well. You can see the loan limit also over here, and then you can add it in your account or borrow it in your account, and you can listen to it. You can read the ebooks from the fiction part also. Again, in fiction, we have added more than 4,000 ebooks over here. So the entire ebooks which are added over here is divided under various genres and various categories as well, so that it's easier for anyone to browse through the entire collection that we have. And on the home page of fiction, which is about ebooks, we have created various carousels to showcase the variety of content that we have. Summer Reading Challenge is a reading challenge that is organized by the Reading Agency in UK. Every year is a different theme that's been picked up by the Reading Agency. So this year's Reading Challenge books are already included into our online fiction category. And similar to Summer Reading Challenge, there are various carousels which are added over here. So we have books for Women's Prize for Fiction. We have books under Hay Festival. We have books for Martin Amis also is added over here. Similar to these carousels, various other carousels are also added, so that it's easier for anyone to browse through the collection that we have. Or again, you can simply use this filter option also, which will give you an option to choose from the subject categories as well that we have. Again, in order to read any of the ebook, you would need to borrow it in your account. The borrowing limit will be for 14 days, and then you can start reading it. For reading these ebooks from Libby, you do not need a specific ebook reader to be downloaded in your phone or on your device as well. You can read online once you will borrow that particular book. Going on to comics. Comics again is provided to us by Libby app, as I was mentioning earlier. In comics, we have added collection from Disney, from Marvel, from manga. When I'm saying Disney, Marvel, and manga, we have added the complete collection which has been published by these famous publishers in the digital format. So the complete comic series from Disney has been added here. We know that for every comics there are various volumes which are there. So all the volumes for any particular title will be accessed through our comics collection. Similarly, in Marvel and manga as well, we have taken their complete publishing series, which means all the comics that's been published by Marvel and manga in the digital format, that's been taken and it's been added to our comics collection, so that the complete volume for any particular or any favorite title can be accessed at one go and at the same place. Disney, we know, is all about fictional characters and is popular among kids. As I was saying, there are various volumes to it. So we can see that Sonic the Hedgehog, there is volume 1, there is volume 2 added over here. Then in Disney, we have Zootopia, we have Frozen, we have Good Dinosaur, and various other comics also that's been added over here. Similar to this, we have added comics from Marvel as well. Marvel is all about superheroes, Transformers, X-Men, Avatar, and various other Marvel comics are also added over here. Again, the borrowing limit for these comics is for 14 days, and up to 3 comics can be borrowed at any given point of time. To borrow it, you can simply click on borrow, it will be added to your account, and then you can start reading these comics. Moving on to the next resource that we have, training. Training is a resource called Universal Class, which is again provided by Libby. This is how Universal Class looks like. As I was saying, in Universal Class, various training modules are added, and all these training modules are available in the video format and in the form of a course. So if you want to see or explore what kind of courses we have added over here, you can see we have courses on accounting, business, entrepreneurship, health and medicine, and various other topics and categories are covered over here. In all these courses, there are certain assessments, and for certain courses, there are certain projects that need to be submitted in the online format within this portal itself. And once you will do that, once you will submit the assessment as well, once you will submit the project as well, then you will receive a certificate also. All these courses that's been added over here are certified courses, and you will receive certificates as well for these courses in the online format only. So you can browse through these courses by clicking on these icons and see the kind of content which is available over here. In order to start with any of the course, you would need to register for as a first time user or sign in. But registration and sign in doesn't mean that it will ask you for any kind of a payment. This register now option or sign in is only because we have various users who access our digital library platform. So if I as a user has selected different course, and if you as a user has selected different course, in order to keep both the courses separate and specific to a particular individual who has chosen it, so that's the only reason we need to create an account over here. So for creating an account, once you will click on register now, it will ask you for your first name, last name, and email address. You can use the same email address that you have used while registering for the digital library membership. You can use the same password over here also, which you have created for accessing your digital library, so that it's easier for you to remember also, and you really do not need to struggle with remembering various different email addresses and password. Once you will do that, you can simply click on sign in, and you will be signed in. And if you have assigned any course to yourself, then you can always look for that course under my classes, because some courses are 5 hours of duration, some courses are of 8 hours of duration. So uh, you might not be able to finish the entire 5-hour course at a one time or at one go. So which means if you have completed let's suppose there are 6 or 7 modules added in the 5 to 7 hour course, then you have completed only 2 modules, and remaining modules you would want to complete it later, then you can simply click on my classes. It will show you the modules that you have completed, and it will also show you the pending module that you would need to do. Only for this particular segregation, so that every course details and course progress should be kept and saved separately for every individual. Only for that purpose, registration and sign in is required. Otherwise, to browsing through different courses we have, and to look for various titles under each of these courses which are added over here, you do not need to register or you do not need to sign in. Then the next resources that we have is around academic content. The very first resource that we are talking about under academic category is ProQuest eBook Central. ProQuest eBook Central provides access to various ebooks under different subject categories that we have. So all these subject categories can be browsed through by clicking on this browse subjects option. Though the academic subjects are added over here and the academic ebooks under these academic subjects are covered over here, but these academic books are not any of the course books. These are all for general reference. So these are various academic subjects that we are covering here. So to browse through the kind of books that we have, you can simply click on any of the academic subject area and you can look for the books that's been added under that particular category. To further filter it down, there are various filter options which are added on the left hand side. You have options of choosing for published as well. There are further sub-subject categories added also, and then language filter is there, and then there is a filtration through author as well. In order to read any of the book, you simply need to click on it. There is an option to read this book online. There is an option to download this book also. Download book would mean that the book will be downloaded in any of the ebook reader. We would recommend to use Pocketbook Reader because the entire journey in Pocketbook Reader is much more easier than any other ebook reader. So on your phone, when you're downloading the MyLoft application, you would need to download the Pocketbook Reader as well. Using that Pocketbook Reader, once you when any book is downloaded from Procust ebook central, it goes directly to the Pocketbook Reader and the book will be saved in that particular application itself. You can go to that application, you can start reading the book in that Pocketbook Reader in the ebook format only. Download book does not mean here that your entire book will be downloaded in a PDF and it will be saved as a separate file on your laptop or on your smart devices. But yes, download book would only mean that you can download these books and that will be saved in the Pocketbook Reader in the ebook format and you can read these books offline. Otherwise, if you do not want to read any of the book offline, you do not want to download any other extra application, then you can simply click on read online and you can start reading these books. To read online also, for example, the book that I have chosen right now that has 87 pages, you can use this scroller to scroll down and look for various pages, or there are on the left hand side there are table of contents which are added also. You can click on any of the any of the page number listed under table of content and it will take you directly over there and you can start reading it. Then the next resource under academic we have is research. Research is all about EBSCO databases. So EBSCO databases are very popular among the people who are into research fields and who are in reading various academic journals and various research reports as well. So in EBSCO host provides access to various databases and we have subscribed to almost all the databases that's provided by EBSCO. So the various databases list are added over here. So you can see we have access to regional business news as well. We have access to their professional development collection as well. We have access to their public library collection as well, and various other databases are also added like Medline, Academic Search Ultimate, Business Source Ultimate. If you're looking for a particular title or a particular journal in any of these databases, either you can select all and look for the content by using this search option or the options which are given on top, or you can choose any of the particular database as well. For example, if I click on ebook public library collection and I'll click on OK, then right now on this page and on this top bar option, the content which are highlighted under different categories are from the public library collection of EBSCO host. So in ebook public library collection, there are various ebooks which are added. We can click on these ebooks to see the variety of content or the variety of books that's been added. Again, in this collection, these ebooks are added under various categories, various subject areas are covered over here. You can click on any of the subject area to look for that collection. In order to read any of the ebook, you can simply click on it. There are table of contents. You can click on any of the table content and you can start reading it. Then the next resource that we have is learning. This learning is from Jstor. Again, Jstor is all about academic journals, but the nature of academic journals added in Jstor and the nature of academic journals added in EBSCO is completely different from each other. That's why we have added two resources of the same nature and for the same set of audience. But the kind of content that's been added in Jstor is completely different from what is added in EBSCO. Jstor is more about various company research reports and various area studies as well. Along with that, few other journal papers are also added and few other research papers are also added in Jstor. In Jstor, if you want to browse through the collection that we have, you can click on this browse option and you can choose browse by subject. It will show you the entire subject areas which are covered in Jstor. As I was saying, Jstor is more about studying various area studies and various other journals under various academic subject categories are added. You can click on any one of it. For example, let's see what all is added under public health, and then you will see the list of journal papers which are added under that particular category. Various research reports are also there and various books are also available. You can click on any of these categories that you're looking for. You can see the rate range as well. You can click on it and then you can read it. The next resource that we have is not related to academic collection, but yes, that's Canopy. So in Canopy, Canopy is more about movies, and the kind of movies which been added under Canopy is various short movies which are showcased in various famous international film festivals and movies on some social subjects as well. Various documentaries are added. Few full-length drama movies are also added under world cinema, and various web series are also added over here. And we have various great courses which are added under Canopy also. So great courses are around history and other such categories which will take you through and which will talk about a particular content under history, a particular content under hobbies. For example, in hobbies, if you're interested in drawing or screenplay writing, then there is a short course which has been added over here. You can access it, you can view it. Similarly, in courses, various other subject categories are also covered. In Canopy, you can simply click on browse and you can look for the collection that you would want. There are all the movies and all the web series are divided under various genres, which is drama, comedy, world cinema, classic cinema, documentaries, and other such categories are also added over here. In Canopy, we do give access to Canopy Kids as well, so which is listed on top. On top right corner, you will see there is an option called Kids. You will simply need to click on it, and it will take you to a completely different setup which is called as Canopy Kids. And in Canopy Kids, you will not be able to see any of the content which was added in the main Canopy section. The content is already related to children over here. So there are various read-along storybooks, there are various story time, there are various classic tales, few web series, through lot of stories are also added over here. Lots of movies are added for children and lots of TV series and do-it-yourself activities are added over here under categories like explore science and math, learning languages. So your kids will definitely love it, and the variety of content and the variety of collection which is added in Canopy Kids is huge. You know, you will be able to get and you'll be able to access all the content related to kids, either it's educational video or it's related to storytelling or it's related to watching any of their favorite movies. So the complete collection is combined and collated under one collection, which is called as Canopy Kids. If you want to exit from this Canopy Kids and you want to go to the main Canopy section, you simply need to click on Exit Kids, and it will take you to the main Canopy collection. Then the next resource that we have is concerts. Concerts is about full-length music concerts provided by Quello. So in Quello, you will be able to see the full-length music concerts of various famous international artists. And when I'm saying full length music concerts, which means the entire length of concerts is covered in Quello. Once you will click on it, you will see that it will ask you for a get a 7-day pass. This pass is just how license are established with Quello concerts. But this doesn't mean that after 7 days you won't be able to access it. Yes, you will be able to access it, and it will get renewed automatically. You do not need to anything at your end. So once you will click on get a 7-day pass, so from today till 7 days, it will not take you to this particular page. However, it will take you directly to the Quello concerts page, wherein all the concerts you will be able to see. After the 7 days, which means on the 8th day, when you will try to access the Quello again, it will take you to this particular page, and it'll ask you to take again, the 7-day pass. That's how the complete setup is done with Quello. That's why this particular option is there. But as I said, it doesn't mean that your access is restricted and you'll be able to access Quello only for 7 days, and after 7 days you would need to do anything. No, that is not there. So this is the main or the homepage of the Quello, wherein all the concerts are listed. Again, in music also, like books, there are various music genres also. If you want to browse through various music genres that we have, then you can simply click on this search icon on the left, and when you will scroll down, you will see the various music genres that we have added here. So we have rock music, we have classic rock, we have pop, we have alternative, we have folk, we have Latin, and various other genres are also added. And we have various music documentaries also. Let's explore metal. Once you will click on metal, you will be able to see all the artists' music collection that's been added over here. Iron Maiden is there, and Metallica is there, and various other international artists' concerts are covered over here. In order to view or listen to their any of their concerts which are listed here, you can simply click on it. And here there is an option of play complete show. You can click on play complete show. All the tracks that were sung by the artist, you can view and listen to it all at one go. Or there is an option to browse through different tracks that this particular artist has sung on the stage. You can click on these tracks and you can see what all tracks he has covered. So you can click on any of the particular track also to listen to it. Otherwise, there is always an option of play complete show, and you will be able to listen to the complete tracks all at one go. This is in the video format. That's why there is a icon over here which says play. All the other resources that we have added over here are the British Council related resources. We have BC Music. BC Music is a selected radio, one of the British Council content. In this selected radio, you'll be able to see various playlists which has been created and generated from around the globe, and you'll be able to see the variety of music over here, and you will be able to listen to these different playlists all at one go. Then we have BC Films, British Council Films. So there is an archive section and the complete resources section of British Council Films as well, wherein various movie categories are added, various short films are added. A lot of UK film catalogs are also added here. You can click on any of the option of your choice to look for and to browse through the various contents that's been added over here. In UK film catalog, when I clicked on UK film catalog, there are various subcatalogs which are added. There are short catalog, there are featured catalog, there is animation, there is documentaries. You can click on any one of it and browse through the various collection, and you can look for the entire catalog at one go as well, or you can watch these different documentaries. Then we have BC Kids. BC Kids is Learn English for Kids. In this particular resource, your child will be able to learn the English language in a fun and engaging manner. There are a lot of do-it-yourself activities. There are a lot of puzzles, a lot of games, lots of fun facts, lots of stories are added over here, all revolving around the English language, so that it's easier for your child to learn the English language. So English language here is divided under various categories like listen and watch, read and write, speak and spell, grammar and vocabulary, fun and games, print and make are the various activities, and there is a tab for parents as well. So browse through it and help your child in learning the English language. Then we have British Council research reports also. British Council do participate in various research reports, and all those research reports are published over here. There is a filter option that's been given for your ease of reference. You can look through various categories that are added over here and the research reports that are added under these various categories. You can click on any of the categories over here to look for the research reports and you can browse through it. Then we have UK exams. In UK exams, we have covered various examinations like preparation for IELTS and other such related examinations. For example, Cambridge assessment is there, professional examination of EDXL is there, CIMA, CIM, CFA is there. So what we have done is we have taken all the resources which are available under these examination categories and we have brought all together under one common section called as UK exam so that it's easy for you to explore and look through the content also. So in Cambridge assessment education, if you will click on it, it will take you to the content wherein all the resources for this Cambridge assessment is listed under at one page. These resources and the content which we are showing under Cambridge assessment is provided by EBSCO, but it's for your ease of reference so that you do not have to go into EBSCO host again and look for these titles again and again. All the information related to these examinations are covered under one category called as UK exams. Then BC English, which is a content or is a resource meant for teachers. A lot of teach English contents are added over here. There are a lot of source books which are added here. There are a lot of case studies, insights, and research around teaching English is added here, and similar other content are added under Teach English. This content is provided by British Council. Then we have FAQs. If you still feel you are stuck anywhere and if you have few more questions and maybe we are not able to cover in this particular video or in this particular recording, you can always browse through these FAQs or you can always reach out to us on our email addresses that has been shared by you in the welcome email itself. But I do hope that you have found this particular session helpful and now it will be easier for you to access these resources. But if you're still stuck anywhere, as I've said, please do reach out to us so that we are able to help you in browsing through these entire list of content. Thank you so much.